Great update for XRP. The moon may be rising soon according to the 12th hourly chart. It appears as though it might commence here shortly, everyone. Let us show you in today's video how everything is connected. Guess what? Things are starting to get worse, dudes. Surprisingly, I find myself increasingly convinced that the long-awaited price increase is imminent whenever I examine the charts. If this holds, XRP's value will eventually match that of Bitcoin. Users of XRP believe this is quite awesome from XRP. So we're back on topic. Take a look. There is going to be a major event tomorrow, May 25th, 2023. Prepare yourself because Mr. Poole is still 2 years away. When I view this, what thoughts come to mind, guys? I read ready for price to pump, which I interpret as prepared for a price increase, explosion, or skyrocket. Look at this too. The smiling face is inverted, which is something I find quite intriguing anytime Mr. Poole. Just so you know, when he tweeted ready, his profile photo included an upside-down smiley face, the exact opposite of a dump, so it's important to keep that in mind. Just so you know, yesterday Jim Cramer shared the exact same video with the title Get Ready. It appears that they are advising us to maybe be prepared, thus folks. Of course whales are. An XRP purchase by a hyperquid whale utilizing 15x leverage is imminent, so brace yourselves. Right now you can get it for $235 or almost $236. Even though he's a 15x guy, he's still making money. No matter what happens, his $1,250,000 salary is a big roll. See if we can figure out his desires. We may examine the charts now. Now we're getting into the interesting part. Prices might be going to explode. You may recall that we initially stated our intention to recover liquidity by returning to the range lows. We used the 12-hour chart for that purpose, and it provided the additional evidence I required. May I inquire? The fact that momentum is low was proof enough for me, but I'd still like to see some green lights on a 12-hour chart since I think it might go higher in the next days. All the way from the daily to the 4-day time frame, there are secret bullish divergences in addition to the bullish divergences. If you click on a graph that is updated every day, sure, but we can't proceed unless we see a pump or several green lights. Very well, it appears that we may drop a notch, even to accommodate additional Americans looking to pair up. As long as you own Bitcoin at the moment, it doesn't matter if we do go down a bit, because the charts are still heading up. It will be easy to discern when we see the green lights. This isn't lighthearted advice, but you look fantastic nevertheless. If you're thinking about selling your Bitcoin for XRP, this chart will show you that XRP is currently significantly more affordable than Bitcoin. I simply want to make it clear that we are making progress. Here at the range lows we are currently, prices fell the previous time we reached the range's upper limit. After the stump is removed, prices will probably rise again. Whenever we spot a few green cannibals on the 12-hour chart, let's set leech irons. A few green lights on the 12-hour chart would be helpful in my opinion. Speculators continue to anticipate a $80 XRP increase, as has been reported in the news from the start. Guys, what do you perceive? Check it out. They discuss the ways in which XRP, given that the 50-week simple moving average has surpassed the 200-week average, this is a good place to pair Bitcoin. Cargilly was reportedly making progress according to experts at CoinDesk. Hey, check it out. At the moment it also appears as though a golden cross is coming together. In other words, I find it hard to believe. Let's take a look at XRP's position when this occurred previously. Ad nauseum. Alright, let's rewind to 2017. What the fuck is happening? Not since 2017 has this occurred. How absurd. ETF speculation might signal the beginning of a more significant season, which would be fantastic for XRP and Solana. The laws are starting to become more obvious, according to Lee. Thus traders are hopeful that XRP will go up to $3 to $8 in the next few months. There have been promising technical patterns recently. For your information, the first time XRP is linked to Bitcoin, funds will need to be transferred out of Bitcoin. We simply require a handful of these individuals to initiate proceedings, and only then will the excitement commence. All we need now is for a handful of these men to turn up. We need a green candlelight vigil before prices skyrocket. However, the figures are looking excellent, so a decline is not disastrous. What do we observe now at 524? 3 can equal 5 on certain calendars. which means there are 524 green ones. Will we always be environmentally conscious? It bears repeating, this is extremely, as in the film The Big Short, the sum is 526. Fascinatingly, the phoenix's cry meets the dragon's breath. Under the cover of night, the sky transforms and destinies intertwine. We will be prepared to depart once I receive a few green lights. Name David Schwartz. It is becoming increasingly imminent. I can't believe how near we are, can we? If you put on those pineapple-patterned shorts, what do you think will happen? A hilarious gif, isn't that? Not in regards to his actions, but possibly XRP, it's closer than I anticipated. The subject of David Schwartz shorts has just come up. Absolutely. Each and every one of those is a pineapple. Has anyone noticed that XRP Digital claims that the Australian slang term for the amount of money needed to purchase a lobster is, the value of a pineapple in XRP ranges from $20 to $50. I don't understand. The reason behind this is that it is a form of Australian slang meaning for their money, which is rather fitting for Ripple's 13th birthday. Looking for a pineapple on Juma does in fact add up to 113. I noticed that, but you can verify it for yourself. On June 1st, Ripple will distribute 1 billion XRP. Even though the charts are looking positive, I think today will be a strong day. But there are some who may sell. Looking at the calendar, it appears that this will take place on June 1st, following the 30th on Sunday, then again between the 31st and the 1st to cling on for dear life. The source is Ripple in Wales. The Ripple Riddler uploaded a movie to YouTube along with the words "Stay tuned," and here is the movie. Just uploaded this a short time ago. His YouTube channel is here. Keep watching, the movie was just uploaded. Look for them on YouTube. In the backdrop you can make out what seems like flashing purple gloves or hands. Why is the hat on? The song is Green Gloves, Green Clothes, while the video's title is probably Stay Tuned. This time around I predict that we will pump regardless of whether we detect an impending dump. The major road is up, so it doesn't matter. Let's see what happens next. Okay folks, I think that covers everything.